Welcome to Democracy-ish. I'm Danielle Moody.
And I'm Wajad Ali. USA, USA, USA. Finally, Danielle, finally, for the first time in my life, America is first. America is winning. Danielle, can you please tell me how does it feel to become great again today, this Friday?
It would be hard for me to tell you how to become great again this Friday when everything is showing us the absolute opposite. If by first Donald Trump meant, first to have their brand go down around the world, if he means
Oh, is that brand USA as in the United States of America, as in
yes,
our
as
country?
in their country's
Ah,
brand is kind of in the toilet, as in brand USA is losing its luster, folks. This is according to Axios, and I don't know, every bit of reporting that came out following the jobs numbers and the economy numbers, which
we'll talk
are
about that, folks.
in the toilet. There's less appetite around the world to buy American. I wonder why. As the United States' reputation plunges in the wake of Trump's trade war, why it matters, companies accustomed to a boost just because they come from the US are struggling to adapt. Chris Kemczynski, I guess is his name, the CEO of McDonald's, said the aura around America has dimmed a bit. You think?
And when you get McDonald's CEO, when you get these complete sellouts, once you get these corporate white billionaire men saying that, even in the most diplomatic way, can you translate that? Can you do real life translation to what he just said?
The aura around America is dimmed a bit. Oh shit, our stock is plummeting. Everyone hates us and doesn't want our shit. And if by dimmed you mean that America is facing a global blackout, yes, that's what that means. And then it goes on to talk about Tesla and how that's a crackpot, but they're about to make Elon Musk a trillionaire. Companies' reputations have long been tied to their country of origins, global standing, particularly fast food and beverage businesses. Brands like Coca-Cola, General Motors, or even Facebook are inextricably tangled up with their American identities. Globally, America's favorability rating started declining in earnest in January when Trump was elected. It plummeted after his Liberation Day tariff announcement in April, according to data tracked by business intelligence firm Morning Consult. And I'll turn it over to you, Waj, but I wanted you to have a really nice image. If you're not an economist, graph going down under zero signals bad.
Zero bad. Negative, very, very bad. Graph down, no bueno. Let me give some context to these numbers, okay? I actually have the numbers. So you see the average favorability rating towards the United States. Look at that, folks. In 2024, and even going towards 2025, around the elections, right? There's some uncertainty. It was positive. I actually have a number for that. In January, America had a positive favorability rating, Danielle, of 15.34. Okay. Now, January, right? What happens? You get the transfer. Donald Trump becomes president. Right now, it's negative 3.24, which means in 7 months, this mother effer took a positive 15 favorability rating of the USA brand name around the world and flipped it 18 points. All right. Furthermore, what we have talked about on this show is Moody's, for the first time in the entire history of the United States of America, has downgraded the USA's credit rating. We all get credit scores, right? It works just like that. Countries get credit scores as well. So our credit rating, down. The US currency has gone down 11%, right? The job numbers that we're going to talk about, folks, Let's talk to us about the job numbers. Surely the job numbers have gone up. I was promised a robust economy. I was promised prices would go down. Prices have gone up. But surely the jobs have gone up, right, Danielle? Surely.
If by up you mean that the United States of America added not even 1,500 jobs in August. The United States of America added 1,494 jobs in August. Lowest for the month since when? 2009, when we were digging out of a what? Great Recession. Layoffs surged to 39% to 85,979.
So layoffs up, prices up, job growth down. Got it. Continue, please. Sorry. Just wanted to.
So folks, I don't know. Again, Waj and I, humanities majors, not economists, but this is very bad. That's what this spells. It is very, very bad. We're hemorrhaging jobs. No one is hiring. Unemployment numbers up. Unemployment benefits up. Oh, down.
Oh, yeah. Down. No, unemployment benefits. You're right. Unemployment benefits rose
up by 11%. We're not doing well. And it's only been how long?
About less than 8 months. And folks, these numbers, and also remember the last job data numbers that came out that were so low. Donald Trump blamed someone, so he blamed a woman. The commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, Dr. McCanterfer, fired her, replaced her with E.J. Antoni, completely unqualified white man who was at the January 6th insurrection. And by the way, for his Zoom background, uses Hitler's favorite ship, because that's totally normal, because he didn't like the job numbers, so he brought in E.J. Antoni. And right after that, even he couldn't cover up this pig, right? It's folks, what more? Look at the evidence of your eyes and your ears. We are going towards stagflation, or we're going towards a recession, folks.
No, I honestly, I don't think that we're going towards a recession. I think that we're going towards a depression. Like, I don't think that folks understand. So here's, again, warning signs have been flashing for months that the U.S. job market has been losing steam. That became starkly clearer in July, which is when Donald Trump did his firing. And the initial data for August isn't looking much better, because there's no way to lie about these numbers. New metrics released Thursday showed that for that first-time claims for unemployment, first-time claims rose to an 11-week high, that private sector businesses sharply reined in their hiring last month. And last month was the worst August for layoff announcements since the pandemic and before the Great Recession. Hello?
Who was president during the pandemic?
I mean, I think it was Dump.
Yeah, Dump. And also, Danielle, I just wanted to make sure, because we're just simple humanities majors. I'm a simple English major. Danielle was a simple teacher. What do we know about anything? But don't take our word for it. Listen to, this is on Fortune. This is just from 3 hours ago, September 5th, 9:40 a.m., Fortune magazine. America's job growth has flatlined, and Mark Zandi believes June may have been the start of the recession. Quote, top economist Mark Zandi warned the U.S. may already be in a, quote, jobs recession after new data showed just 22K jobs added in August, unemployment rising to a 4-year high in June, revised to the first job loss, just like Daniel said, since 2020. The new data fueled bets on Fed rate cuts as political pressure mounts on the central bank. It's not me. That's Mark Zandi.
And just to boot, the credit union senior economist wrote on Thursday that the labor market is showing signs of cracking. It's not a red siren alarm yet, but the signs keep growing that businesses are starting to cut workers. The latest data teased up an August jobs report, when released Friday morning, is expected to show another month of tepid gains, which we just said it did. It didn't reach 80,000 last month. It didn't reach 73,000. We gained, let's just go back just so that you can see it again. How many jobs did we gain? Let me just
22,000 according to today's numbers.
22,000 a quarter. Folks.
And the favorability rating has gone down. Unemployment benefits have gone up as people can't find jobs. Prices have gone up. Spending has gone down. Confidence in the U.S. economy has gone down. U.S. currency has gone down. Our allies are turning away from us. The tariffs are causing the prices to go up. Lego is no longer sending Lego bricks to America. PlayStation 5 prices have gone up. Nintendo prices have gone up. And oh yeah, I'm mentioning all this because it was the young bros who helped bring Donald Trump to power. And then within 7 months, he went after the young bros' his favorite toys. And if you look at the poll numbers, other data is that the Latino voters, many of them who voted just because they wanted the prices to go down, they've fled. They've gone back to their 2016 numbers. Young people for Trump, all of them who are first-time voters, have no real loyalty to Democrats or Republicans, Danielle. All of them have fled. So bad news travels fast. Folks, Biden, we criticize him, we praise him when it's due, but the Democrats always, what do? A pattern, if you've noticed, since, 50 years. Republicans F up the economy. Their economic policies are corrupt and failed. They crush workers. They drive up income inequality. All of the money goes to the top. All of us get poor. It happens again and again and again and again. Reagan, Bush, Clinton comes in, saves the economy. George W. Bush, Obama comes in, saves the economy. Donald Trump, Biden comes in, saves the economy. And in fact, if there were economic populists and not people like Kristen Sinema and centrists like Joe Manchin, we can even have nicer things, right? But even then, with our center-left economic policies, which are very popular nationally, what happens, Danielle? It's the same cycle. America and white supremacy choose to destroy itself, and the rest say, let's barely stay above water. And then America says, no, white supremacy and stupidity. And we're drowning, and right before we're about to die, finally we're like Jack. We're not even Rose, we're Jack. We're Jack right before he freezes. We're like, can you move over, Rose? And Rose says, get your ass out of here. Get out of here. And then we start drowning again. It's like this amazing cycle. Can you imagine if aliens looked at our economy? Like, what's wrong with you people?
Well, it's why they keep flying past. The fact is, look, everybody's losing jobs. Everyone is losing money. So Donald Trump made things, that's right, worse. Because what did he do? What did he do?
It's all a grift.
Our billionaire president put an airline lobbyist in charge of the Department of Transportation. And guess what they did, folks? They rolled back the Biden era rule where airlines would have to compensate passengers for flight disruptions, lost luggage, etc. So now the airlines get to continue screwing you over and you have no recourse, thanks to Donald Trump. But you're probably also not flying anywhere because you don't have any fucking money or a job. So unless you're in the top 1%, you're probably not going anywhere. And so what has happened in the meantime, while everyone is losing jobs and money and standing in line at the unemployment office? Well, the Trump family has amassed $5 billion after their fucking crypto grift launch. Now, they can't sell these fake ass coins, right? But according to the Wall Street Journal, they're now worth $5 billion more than their entire real estate portfolio. Anyone see what's happening here? Anyone?
Bueller.
And then
Bueller.
I just want to say, I got to play this.
Just launched a brand new cryptocurrency. It is called WLFI. Lauren, how much has the Trump family itself accumulated of this? How much?
Yeah, for World Liberty Financial, and the Wall Street Journal says it's $5 billion. So this coin, WLFI, is currently the 33rd largest coin by market cap, about $6 billion worth, according to CoinGecko. The family holds about a quarter of the tokens out there. They can't sell them, but now that the token has launched on the public markets, we have a valuation for it. The Wall Street Journal says this token is the family's most valuable asset, exceeding their property portfolio.
But they can't sell those tokens. They can't do it.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. Correct. Not yet.
My goodness me. $5 billion?
Eye-popping numbers. He is the crypto president, the first one ever. A lot of crypto-friendly legislation, regulation.
What it amounts to is it's crypto-friendly legislation coming from the president of the United States, who is in turn cashing in on the crypto phase. Personally, his family.
Conflict of interest. They say no, but that's how it appears.
That's true.
Danielle, can you please remind people what news channel that was?
Fox, because they can't even fucking believe the numbers that they are saying. They're like, oh, so wait, he's passing crypto legislation that directly benefits his crypto. He's crippling the U.S. economy and tanking the dollar, which only helps his evaluation and his crypto go up. Do you see what the fuck is happening here?
Danielle, we talked about it on the show actually months ago. And I'm going to use an analogy to break it down and make it simple. There was this great movie that came out. If you haven't seen it, you should see it, called There Will Be Blood, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson with a masterful performance by Daniel Day-Lewis. And Daniel Day-Lewis, who represents America's cruelty and greed in that movie, explains the bloodthirsty economics that we're seeing at play right now with the two examples that we showed. I think these two examples are very illustrative. Number one, the fact that you have a person from a lobbyist, an actor, Sean Duffy, with no experience, heading the Department of Transportation, who, by the way, is perfectly fine helping these airlines gouge us of money as these airlines are becoming less safe because planes are falling from the sky due to deregulation, right? So they're profiting as they're crippling our infrastructure, number one. And as everyone else is going poor, they're making money off of this phantom money. So in the movie, There Will Be Blood, Daniel Day-Lewis, if you all remember the scene, he explains it like this. I have a straw, and my straw is bigger than your straw. And I take my straw and I put it in your milkshake, and I drink up all of your milkshake. And the billionaires are drinking up all of our milkshake, Danielle. They are making money as everyone else is getting poorer. It's like corporate raiders, right? The private equity funds who just leverage Toys R Us and all these struggling companies with debt. Instead of helping the company, let's just say, oh, I don't know, Brand USA. Yep. What they decide is, let's just steal everything like a parasite, hollow it out, and then let nature take care of the rest.
And just, again, putting things into perspective. The Trumps making billions of dollars, $5 billion off of their crypto grift, passing legislation that directly benefits their grift. And what is happening to the American people? Once again, let's bring you the McDonald's CEO who just gave, right, a reality check. And he says this: with middle and lower income consumers, they're under a lot of pressure. If you're upper income earning over 100,000, things are good. Not really. Let's just be clear. Also, these numbers to me get wildly fucking skewed, right? Yep. Upper income is over $100,000. Upper income? Really? So things are good. Stock markets are near all-time highs. You're feeling quite confident about things. You're seeing international travel. All those barometers of upper income consumers are doing quite well. What we see with middle and lower income consumers is actually a different story. It's that consumer is under a lot of pressure in our industry. Traffic for lower income consumers is down double digits. And it's because people are either choosing to skip a meal. So we're seeing breakfast. People are actually skipping breakfast, or they're choosing just to eat at home.
Danielle, can you do the humanities translation of all of that?
Oh, the rich are getting richer and everyone else can eat fucking cake. Oh no, they can't afford that or eggs, so they're just skipping fucking meals. Do you not see this Maria Antoinette shit playing out right here? And I am telling you that come the end of the year, I believe that this country is in a lot of fucking trouble. I keep talking about soft secession on my show. I'm telling you, it is going to get real secession is about to start happening, and real revolutionary thoughts gonna start percolating, because over $100,000 is not fucking upper income.
Nope.
Okay, that is middle, barely.
Wouldn't it be hilarious for like, you go to your therapist. I have to confess, I'm having revolutionary thoughts.
Yeah.
I might be against capitalism. I might actually use the word white supremacy. I might actually go towards democratic socialism. Listen, I want to do one edit there, Danielle, to your otherwise excellent point. I don't think you have to wait 6 months. I think for many people, it's already here. It's just that we haven't been given the permission to use the correct language to articulate it. And that's why I think it's important in this country, as you and I know, you and I can say anything. We can be right. We can be right 10 out of 10 times, but you're a black woman. I'm a brown man. If we were Paul Revere, they would shoot us off the horse. We're like, but we were just trying to save you. But when a white man says it, they listen. So when you have these top economists saying it, when you got that Fox News clip where in real time they couldn't even do propaganda because they were just so, because those people know. They're like, what? How did this grifting family make $5 billion while he's promoting pro-crypto legislation? Isn't that the biggest conflict of interest? And oh yeah, if you're strengthening the crypto while you're hurting the currency, the US dollar, doesn't that hurt the US dollar and everyone else who depends on the US dollar, like, 99% of America? And oh yeah, wasn't this part and parcel of the whole bro-oligarchy plan to try to sink the US economy, drive down the dollar, drive up the cost of crypto to make them richer that we talked about? Oh yeah. So even they couldn't hide it, Daniel. And when the McDonald's CEO comes out and publicly says that, he publicly said that.
Yep. So
he knows what he's saying, because that's a warning sign. Guys, that what the McDonald's CEO was doing is like a hostage video. Hey, a stock market's great.
America.
Hey, a stock market's great. Things are going really well, but our customers aren't eating egg McMuffins. They ain't eating the egg. They ain't even eating the muffin. In fact, they're not even coming for the cookie. They're not even having the hash brown. They're staying at home. So the fact that Americans are skipping we live in the world's most powerful, wealthy country, Danielle, and Americans can't afford a shitty, cheap McDonald's breakfast. And we're just supposed to be cool with that.
It's just to make matters worse, folks. So while Americans are skipping a cheap, shitty breakfast at McDonald's that they can't afford anymore, who is Donald Trump dining with? Waj?
His base, the common folks, Chet, with a gun, who has a MAGA hat and eats really expensive eggs and drinks real coffee in a real diner.
No. Guess again.
Rich white technocrats and billionaires who have helped destroy the economy and have thrown all of us under the bus.
Yes, you got it. Second time. Good. Yes. Donald Trump and his hooker hosted a group.
Can I just say, I love the word hooker. I haven't heard it in a long time. It made me laugh. Thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome, because that's what she is. Hooker. They hosted a dinner for all of the tech CEOs. And guess who was there? Zuckerberg was there. Tim Cook was there. Bill Gates was there. Sam Altman was there. But do you know who wasn't there?
Musk?
Elon Musk was not there. Was he not invited?
I don't think he was
Not.
invited, and I think he's going to be pissed because Elon Musk is one petty mother effer. And the fact that Musk wasn't invited, oh, I think that's going to sit with him because listen, these guys are so petty, Musk and Trump. I just want to remind folks, just some receipts. Remember, remember when we used to have the White House press conference, which is a pathetic event, but comedians would get up, they would make jokes, people would laugh, the president would get up and make some jokes. And that tradition ended because MAGA's fickle as F and Michelle Wolf made fun of Sarah Huckabee's eye makeup, and everyone else was like, "Did she go too far?" And remember, before Trump was president, Obama came up and made fun of Donald Trump, the same man who promoted the racist, humiliating birther conspiracy. That Donald Trump against our first black president, that forced our first black president in a humiliating fashion to produce his birth certificate. So Obama, in response, did a couple of just jokes, and then they did a close-up. Remember, they did a close-up of Donald Trump. Oh, he was pissed. He never forgot that. In fact, some people said he ran just because of that, and he wants to undo Obama's legacy. Elon Musk, he completely flipped to MAGA because first and foremost, his daughter is transgender. That's one of the reasons. But another reason is because he didn't get an invite. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. The Biden administration didn't invite him, right? No. So the fact that Elon Musk didn't get invited, I just want to remind people, I swear to you, we will connect the dots in the show. Elon Musk, with one of his parting tweets, when he allegedly left Doge is still operating, he reminded the world, before it was dropped by the Wall Street Journal, that Donald Trump was all over the Epstein files. Just want to say, Daniel.
So, where are we right now? We are at a place where the oligarchs are openly dining with Donald Trump while the people can't afford breakfast, while the economy is tanking, while jobs are hemorrhaging, while we are careening towards not a recession, folks, but a depression, so that the crypto family can ride high on the crash. And so what do you think Donald Trump would be doing? Because all of this is falling in his lap. What would he do right now? Oh, that's right. We live in the world's stupidest country with the stupidest fucking people. And this is what they're doing. Just in, Donald Trump will sign an executive order today to rename the Department of Defense as the Department of War. And correct, we are living in the dumbest of times.
It's very dangerous, folks. This is, this story should be a bigger story. We'll talk about it. That Donald Trump unilaterally, as the president of the United States, bombs a boat in international waters and claims, Danielle, and this is important, they haven't shown any proof. He killed 11 people, claiming they were drug traffickers. We don't know the names of the victims. Even if they were, it seems like low-level drug operation. He bombs a boat, kills 11 people in international waters unilaterally without due process, right? We don't know, folks. Again, I want to stress this. It's like a big piece of information that people aren't leading with. We don't have it confirmed that these were actually drug traffickers. In fact, they could have just been migrants. And so the America First president, by my count, has now unilaterally striked Iran on behalf of Israel, almost taking us to a World War III, has promised to, has not kept military options off the table for his attempted acquisition of Greenland, which everyone thought was a joke. But guess what, folks? Denmark doesn't think it's a joke. Kept joking about making Canada into the 51st state again and again and again, to the point where, Danielle, Canada said, F you, we don't want a Trump. And he literally revitalized the dead liberal candidate to come surge and win. Also, he's saber rattling with Mexico. Also, he wants the Panama Canal and Venezuela. Venezuela, oil-rich country. We have naval ships. Why would Donald Trump, who's an America First president with a sagging economy, with the Epstein scandal, all of a sudden, Danielle, change the Department of Defense to Department of War, and then unilaterally decide to declare war on drug cartels. Connect the dots for me, Danielle. Me no understand.
Yeah. Now, there was a movie from the 1990s called Wag the Dog. And that movie was about a president creating a fictitious war in order to do what? Win re-election and stay in power. So there are a couple of things happening here at the same time. One, Donald Trump violated international law, bombed a fishing boat with 11 people in it that they can't verify were a part of anyone's cartel. That's number one. Number two, if you recall, when he was in his tacky ass Oval Office with President Zelensky, he said, now, do I have this right? You got to cancel elections in Ukraine so that you got to cancel elections because you were at war? So you mean if America happens to be at war in 3.5 years, we could cancel elections? That's great. He literally said that. We literally played the clip. That's number two. Number three, well, what else happened? Well, this week, a whole bunch of women were standing on Capitol Hill saying that, guess what? The Epstein files, the Epstein case, not a hoax. Guess what? They're going to start naming names. And guess who said they're going to help them? Marjorie Taylor fucking Greene. Who has gone on to right-wing media and said, what? This is not a hoax. None of this is a hoax. And if anyone is intimidating people, Republicans, out and saying that it's a hostile act if they vote for this petition, right? Then they don't know what the hell they're talking about, and they're messing with people like me. Folks, those are all of the dots. Donald Trump wants war because he wants to stay in power. Donald Trump wants war so that he doesn't have to release the Epstein files. Donald Trump wants war because war is good for his business. And what is his business? Being an authoritarian. Donald Trump wants to suspend elections. He wants to stay in power forever so that his family can continue their $1 billion grift. Did I get that right? Did I miss anything?
Yes, and I will just do a yes and. Here's Marco Rubio, Secretary of State. I just want people to listen to this. We are going to wage combat against drug cartels that are flooding American streets and killing Americans, Rubio said. I'm just trying to give him the most pathetic voice. We destroyed a drug boat that left Venezuela operated by a designated narco-terrorist organization, no proof given. The days of acting with impunity and having an engine shot down or a couple of drugs grabbed off a boat, those days are over. Okay. Why is this all connected? First and foremost, as Danielle said, all the stuff she said, illegal, unilateral, distraction, we don't have the facts, criminal. The fact that the president can unilaterally call anyone a terrorist, that then justifies what? Extrajudicial killing. Well, war abroad. He can't take on Putin. He can't take on Russia. So you can take on Venezuela, right? Number one. But number two, the same language, drugs, foreigners, Venezuela, El Salvador. What did Stephen Miller say? These people are invaders. And because he used the word invaders, he justified the use of the Alien Enemies Act. And then when there was pushback to him unleashing masked armed ICE agents in Los Angeles in July, what is the word that Stephen Miller used? Insurrection. War abroad, war at home. What's happening at home, Danielle? Okay, so now you're going after these drug traffickers whom you have called terrorists without any proof. Well, if you call people at home invaders, or if you, I don't know, quote Hitler in October before running for election, and say that I will unleash the National Guard and military against the enemy from within, which you and I have kept warning people about for friggin' months. What's happening right now in LA, in the Capitol, and what's going to happen in Chicago? Unleashing the National Guard, normalizing the use of the military against the American people. Last night, thank you, Danielle, Pentagon approves use of Navy base for Chicago ICE operations. Military lawyers stepping in completely unqualified to be immigration judges, lowering the bar for ICE requirements and FBI requirements. Now you don't have to go to college to be an FBI. You just have to be a friggin' Joe Rogan watching, muscled, healthy UFC wannabe thug. And if you look at the Washington Post report, when they interviewed some of these people applying for ICE, you remember that, Daniel? One guy said, I just want to be able to bash these liberals' heads on the ground, right? So he is creating what Danielle and I have said is his own Gestapo, right? To wage his war against the invaders at home who are bringing in the drugs from abroad. Where are they bringing in the drugs from? El Salvador, and allegedly Tren de Aragua from Venezuela. Do you all see it? Do you all get it now? They ain't leaving. They ain't leaving. Danielle.
I'm going to read this because I want it to sink in. Everything that Waj just said, I want it to sink in. The Pentagon has approved the use of a Navy base on the outskirts of Chicago as a staging ground from which the Trump administration can launch operations against undocumented immigrants, said two defense officials familiar with the issue. Naval Station Great Lakes will serve as a hub in upcoming operations overseen by the Department of Homeland Security.
Pete Hegseth doubled down on it as well, folks. When Hegseth would ask for any evidence, any proof, any data, anything, nothing, nada. So, folks, this is happening. I mean, a desperate rat. What will a desperate rat do when he's sinking in the polls, when the economy is souring, when President Putin, Xi, and Modi and Kim Jong-un are meeting publicly behind his back? Another huge effing story, right? When he feels further isolated, when his health is going down, he's not healthy. When you're seeing certain cracks with Marjorie Taylor Greene and, Lauren Boebert believing the women, right? What happens? A cornered rat like Donald Trump will chew through everything. He'll chew through his own family. He'll chew through an electrical wire that burns the entire house down. They'll engage in war. They'll do what it takes. And also the big picture behind this, it's not just Donald Trump, Daniel. It's the people around him who have used him like this vessel, right? The avatar. And they realize daddy's going down. Let's get as much as we can from this husk. Right? Like it's like a parasite. Like just eat. You ever see a lion eat like a buffalo? They take everything. Let's take everything from him, right? Let's get crypto legislation. Let's get the big, beautiful bill. Let's deregulate. Let's get tax cuts. Let's expand the military industrial complex. Let's get us into a war. Let's take Venezuela's oil. Let's go try to get Greenland. Let's try to take a part of Canada. Let's try to control Panama Canal, right? It's all happening. It's milkshake. I drink your milkshake. They are using him to drink up all of our milkshake, folks, and they're perfectly fine with an authoritarian regime. And this is what I'm really afraid of, Danielle. Well, I'm afraid of all of this. And I'm afraid of J.D. Vance smiling and being so silent because I think J.D. Vance knows daddy's dying and Republicans are trying to get as much power into the hands of themselves so that J.D. Vance, who's doughboy, couch aficionado, they know the base doesn't love him, but it won't matter, Danielle, because if you have all the power, who cares if you love the puppet?
So here's where we are. This is where we are. And this is what Donald Trump is doing today. Wash? Please.
I have to do it in a stupid voice because we can't normalize this. Folks, before I read this, Last night, Project Veritas, batshit far-right conspiratorial MAGA outlet, right, run by James O'Keefe, published a bombshell. The bombshell was an 8-minute video. Danielle, I don't know if you know these facts. Can't make this shit up. Where a Project Veritas employee, a young woman, was able to go on a hinge date with an acting Trump Justice Department official. I call it a Trump Justice Department official because they're purging it, right? This guy goes on a hinge date with this young woman. And on a hinge date, this person who is heading up a unit in the Justice Department casually on a hinge date just openly says, yeah, the Justice Department, we have the files, we're not releasing it. And guess what? The Trump administration is going to scrub all the Republican names and conservative names and release the liberal names and Democrat names. It's a big story. It came out yesterday. Have it on camera for 8 minutes. Then later last night, to cover up their tracks, the Department of Justice on its own Twitter handle had a screenshot from this guy, and he apparently wrote like some note on his Apple iPhone notepad, and they took a screenshot of that and released it as the official response. Can't make this shit up. I think Donald Trump woke up. Look at the timestamp on this: 8:56 a.m. Mm-hmm. And you would assume, but this is why I think this might be a blessing. These people are so incompetent, so reckless. This is what I think happened, Daniel. Someone said, Mr. Trump, we have a problem, sir. One of our men in the Justice Department accidentally spilled the beans. He was in a honey trap on a hinge date, and Project Veritas, who we thought were our allies, turned against us, and he admitted the plot. And he went into a rage at 8:56 a.m. And Donald Trump, as the economy is going down, as it's happening with Venezuela, as he called the Epstein thing a hoax, as Marjorie Taylor Greene has gone against him on this, you would think distract. You know what I would do, Danielle, if I were him? The blacks. Did you see the blacks in Baltimore? Did you see the blacks in Chicago? Knowing him and his base, that's what I would do. What does Donald Trump do? All projection. The confused and badly failing Democrats did nothing about Epstein while he was alive except befriend him, socialize with him, travel to his island, and take his money. All projection. They knew everything there was to know about Epstein, but now, years after his death, out of nowhere, are seeming to associate love and heartfelt concern for his victims. Does anybody really believe that? Where were they during his very public trials and for all those years before his death? The answer is nowhere to be found. He quotes himself. Why? I don't know. They're now dying after the DOJ gave thousands of pages of documents in full compliance with a very comprehensive and exacting subpoena from Congress. They gave the same old information that was already revealed. Thomas Massie confirmed that. Epstein case was only brought back to life by the radical left Democrats, nope, Wall Street Journal and MAGA, because they're doing so poorly with the lowest poll numbers in the history of the party, while the Republicans are doing so well, among the highest approval ratings the party has ever had. Nope, underwater completely. Dems don't care about the victims, as proven by the fact they never did before. This is merely another Democratic hoax, just like Russia, and all the others, in order to deflect and distract from the great success of a Republican president and the record-setting failure of the previous administration. Brand USA has fallen to negative 3.4. It was up to 15 with Biden. And the Department of Justice has done its job. They've given everything requested by them. No, they haven't. Federal judge said they can release all the files. They've chosen not to. It's time to end the Democrat Epstein hoax and give the Republicans credit for the great, even legendary job that they're doing. Make America great again on the day that we're posting horrible job numbers that reflect a recession. Danielle.
It is... We are living in hell, folks. That was fucking bonkers. Like bonkers, batshit crazy.
That's the only reason I do the voice, folks. I refuse to do it in a normal voice because it's not normal.
I think that I am like today I'm outdone. And I am outdone because I really, Waj, we've been talking about this for years. I just didn't think that he could really put a knife into the heart of America and murder this country in 8 months. I just really didn't think that, like, he could get it done so quickly.
7 months?
7 months. And the economy is in the trash. We're going to war inside the country and outside the country. Also that Donald Trump can hold on to power.
Shannon, straight up hell.
This is like, yo, let me tell you, I hope everybody got their tea boxes ready because this is only heading in one direction. And Donald Trump is starting to look delicious. And by that, I mean eat the fucking rich. Like, this is heading in one fucking direction. When people have nothing to lose because they've already lost their jobs, which will come with losing your home, which comes with losing all of your stability, there's only one direction this goes. So,
and also some good news. Some said, someone find me hope. Let me give you relative good news. He shook over Epstein. We've been saying that Epstein is one of his. I said, what did I say? The two weaknesses of Donald Trump are the two E's: Epstein and the economy. The two Achilles cankles. And today they've come. One of the cankles is Epstein. The other cankle is economy. They both got afflicted. They flared up today. And you see, he has no response. That's a hit dog hollering. Let me go back to this real quick. This is a hit dog hollering, folks. It was Project Veritas that exposed it, his own base that exposed it. And what we've been saying is his base is not going to let this go. So this is a weakness that if we had a Democratic Party that actually had leaders who had a plan and a spine and a fight, you would extract this for all it's worth. And the fact that it finally, I mean, I give credit where credit's due, but it was a little late. They finally took our advice, Danielle, and brought the survivors out. And now the survivors are saying, we won't wait for Congress. We know the names. We're going to say it. I think that's the hope, is that they're incompetent, is that they're weak, that they're underwater. This country loves money more than anything else. The economy is going down. All the metrics, folks, just look at the metrics. It ain't good. So as Danielle was saying, though, is that going to inspire enough of a type of needed retort by the majority? And what he's going to do is going to keep on distracting. Example, Danielle, we talked about black people. I'm not making this up, folks, because what happened last night?
Oh, they're filing federal criminal charges against Lisa Cook for allegedly getting a lower mortgage rate by claiming multiple primary residence on loan papers. This is reported by Kevin Schroff. The problem? 3 Trump administration officials have done exactly that, folks. So he's going to try and throw this woman in jail. And I'm going to tell you, mark my words, it's not going to work. And, you know,
Good for her. Good for her. She ain't backing down. Unlike all these CEOs and white men, Lisa Cook ain't backing down. Respect.
Respect to her. Respect to all of the black women that are going toe to toe with Donald Trump. All of the black mayors that are going toe to toe with Donald Trump. Because what we didn't talk about, you're looking for good news, but, you know, it's good-ish, which is that DC has finally decided to sue the Trump administration for their illegal seizure of Washington, D.C. Why did they sue them now? Because LA won their lawsuit against Donald Trump. Again, it will be appealed to the Supreme Court, and we'll see. The MAGA-fied Supreme Court most likely will side with Donald Trump and say that he can unleash the military when and wherever he wants. The Constitution be fucking damned. But we are winning in the lower courts. And so the DC will use what LA just won on and see if they can get rid of Donald Trump. The fact is that illegal seizure of LA, do you know how much money it cost? $127 million. Do you know how much it is costing the American people, who, by the way, are fucking broke, to house and keep these soldiers in DC? $1 million a day. $1 million a day. So while everything is hemorrhaging, jobs, America's brand, like, this is, I mean, they want war because they have the Department of War now. They gonna get war. I'm telling you, it's only heading in one direction.
They're getting anything they want. They got their pro-crypto legislation. They got their deregulation. They got their tax cuts. They're getting their money. They're able to hollow out our industries and privatize it. They got their private prisons. They're getting their detention centers. They're going to get their wars. And the wars are pretty much to expand the military-industrial complex and also pillage other countries' resources, right? Greenland is very strategic and right there. That's why Russia is interested in, and also Donald Trump is interested in, also has a lot of resources. They want parts of Canada, they want the Panama Canal, and they want Venezuela, or they want to control Venezuela or have a puppet in there. Venezuela also has oil. It's the rich getting richer. It's everyone else getting poorer. It's the oligarchy. And Danielle, there is a very easy narrative right out there, a message for the taking. And the reason why I don't have faith in the Democratic establishment, folks, I didn't say everyone else has the establishment, is he's done so much damage in the past 7-8 months. And what you've seen from Democrats is patchwork resistance, Danielle. And I said this to Jamie Raskin yesterday. Jamie Raskin, because I tried to get him. I said, what about the Democratic leaders? And he wouldn't sit there and criticize them. And I went back and forth with him. And he said, no, we are the leaders. I'm like, I'm not a leader. I drive a minivan. What are you talking about? He says, the people. I said, yeah, the people are doing it. What about the leaders? No Kings Rally. Okay, those are grassroots people. You got grassroots activists. You got Gavin Newsom here doing something. You got Pritzker doing something. Then you got Wes Moore. What about the leaders? What is the leadership's message and plan? And what you have right in front of you, the winning message, poll after poll, fight the oligarchy, fight the bro-oligarchy, fight the corporate money, fight the 1%. They won't do it because they still suck at the teat. Stop supporting Israel. Stop taking money from AIPAC. And what do? What did Schumer and Jeffries do to this day? No articulated plan, haven't given up the corporate bro-oligarchy, and they've instead been more harsh against Zoran Mamdani, who will be the next mayor of New York, than they have been against Donald Trump. Am I wrong?
No. And this is why I said this. I said this yesterday on the Danielle Moody Show. I posted a clip of it. I am no longer pledging my allegiance to the Democratic Party. If we get rid of Donald Trump, it won't be because of establishment Democrats. It will be because the people have had a fucking enough. But the reality is, right, you have one American fascist party, and then you have one non-existent, non-resistive status quo party, which is the Democrats.
That's right.
The Democrats are totally fine with things the way that they were. They are the status quo.
That's right.
Because they all take money from the same fucking people. So at the end of the day, if and when Donald Trump is defeated, it won't have anything to do with the Democratic Party. It will have everything to do with the people. And for Jamie Raskin to say like, oh, we're the leaders, because he has because there is no Democratic leadership. Who is it? Who is it? Are you pointing to Chuck Schumer, who sold us out? Are you pointing to Hakeem Jeffries, who sold us out? He's saying that we are the leaders because he can't point to one. The Democratic Party is done. You cannot rely on them to come in on anybody's white horse and save the fucking day. They're not going to. So until people wake up and recognize that we are a lawless and partyless country right now, and that the only way we're getting out of here is banding together.
That's right.
That's it. It's us or it's Trump. That's it.
And folks, I talked to Mehdi yesterday after talking to Raskin. Just one of your, the final words on this. This was my take, and Mehdi agreed with me. The reason why Zoran Mamdani is so threatening is what he represents. It's a symbol. A brown-skinned man who's a Muslim, child of immigrants, becoming the mayor of one of the most well-known cities in the world, the epicenter of finance, the epicenter of Wall Street, New York City. What does that symbolize? that symbolizes a threat. That's why his election is so meaningful and important. It's the threat. It's not just AOC. It's not just the squad. The virus is spreading. How could this message of economic populism take heart in New York, which has Wall Street? We did everything to destroy this darky, and the people still went with them. We brought out Clinton, Clyburn, Bloomberg, Summers, AIPAC, and nothing worked. Oh my God, we have to crush this. And my fear, and Mehdi shares this fear and articulated it, is when and if Mamdani wins, they will do everything in their power, Danielle, and I'm talking about the Democratic leadership, the establishment, to crush him, to say, see, look what happened. Free buses, affordability. See, you tried it out. Let's go back to the status quo. Your take. You're in New York.
Oh, I'm telling you. So Mamdani is going to win. Trump is going to invade New York. That's the order of operations. Right now, you have Eric Adams interviewing with the Trump administration, wanting to give him some type of ambassadorship so that he gets out of the race because they want to clear the way for Cuomo. I don't give a fuck if you clear the way, light the path with fireworks. Ain't nobody in New York voting for fucking Cuomo.
Nobody.
No one. And particularly that Donald Trump is backing him. Any chance in hell that he had is now negative. That's number 2. Number 3, they are waiting, and then they are going to invade New York. Full throttle, right? To take power from him. And I'm telling you, when it happens in New York, watch the fuck out. Because New Yorkers ain't having it. Ain't having it. And it may be the fucking epicenter of like the revolution. I'm telling you, you heard it here first.
New Yorkers don't mess around, folks. Look, I'll give 2 examples, a real life example and a fictional example. I always like the fictional example also. Real life example, post 9/11, New Yorkers come together. They'll yell at each other. They'll swear at each other crossing the road, right? They'll avoid each other. But New Yorkers come together. It's like New York versus the world. New Yorkers band together. Number 1. There's this great scene in this movie, pop culture, pardon me, Spider-Man 2. It's one of the best scenes in any Spider-Man movie, right? Where I don't know if you saw this movie, was Spider-Man versus Doc Ock. It's in New York, and Spider-Man single-handedly trying to save this subway train it's gone off the rails, right? And there's all these diverse people in the subway train, right? Kids, Dominicans, black folks, white folks, right? And Spider-Man exhausts himself trying to save New Yorkers, right? He loses his mask, right? And now he's exposed. And the New Yorkers help him out and say, Spider-Man, we got your back. And Spider-Man, we're not going to reveal your identity. And it was done in the post 9/11 environment, right? That train sequence. And it just kind of shows everyone who was in New York said, oh, yeah, that's New York. Just give an example, folks. That's what people don't realize. New Yorkers, they band together if they feel like the world's coming after New York. And I feel like New York then has that essence, that spirit of America, that multiracial diversity that says, okay, we'll take stuff. We'll be uncouth. We won't be perfect. But you F with us, we're going to band together. The Dominican with the Puerto Rican, with the black, with the Jew, with the Muslim. And that's how Mamdani is winning. Brad Lander, Jewish American, is supporting him. Black candidates were supporting, right? They came together. They coalesced together through the ranking system. So I hope you're right, Danielle. I think if they mess with New York as a microcosm of America will show them. I hope, inshallah. And I hope he doesn't mess with New York. Danielle, before we go, shamelessly promote yourself, my friend. How can people find you? How can people see you? We have 1,400 people watching us on YouTube and Twitter. We have about, I think, 1,000 people watching on my Substack. Danielle, I hope your Substack's on right now. I hope people are watching on your Substack. So we have a robust crowd across 4 different platforms for the first time.
For the first time, we're able to multi-stream. So it's fantastic. One, folks, I have to shout out Waj, who helped me get over the hump and helped me get over 30,000 followers. I am super excited here on YouTube. If you have not hit like, comment, and subscribe, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. As Waj says, we keep all of our content free. You will never be put behind a paywall because we believe that that is where information, intelligence, critical thinking, and what's left of our democracy will die. So do subscribe for free here and never miss a Democracy-ish, which is Monday and Friday at noon. And then we are on Substack midweek for a midweek check-in on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Follow the Damn Digest, subscribe there. And if you have the ability to throw in a few bucks, become a paid subscriber to the Damn Digest. But no, again, content will always remain free.
I just want to give a shout out. Ernest Peebles, $10. Thank you. Barb always gives $5. Evelyn, thank you so much. Jimmy, $5. Susan does the greatest mod in the world, who mods all these shows, Danielle shows, Mary shows, Democracy-ish, and always gives money. Navy vet, thank you for your service and for the $10. Susan, another 20. Come on now. TPM with the 5. And look at this, $50. Folks, that's a huge for us. Thank you so much. And those are the if you're watching on YouTube and people ask how do people give tips, while you're watching on YouTube, underneath you see, I think there's like a that oval with the ... You press it, there's a heart with the $sign. It's like a tip. So it goes to Danielle and me. We split it 50-50. We have no corporate donors. We don't bend the knee to anyone. We're completely independent. This is also streaming live on Danielle's Damn Digest. Please go subscribe to her Substack, and it's streaming to the Left Hook, which is my Substack. Everything is free. If you have a couple of bucks, it's only $5. Like I said, everything's free. It just subsidizes us so we can do it. We're one-person operations. And when we team up, we're like Voltron, 2-people operations. Folks, watch Danielle's YouTube channel. Also subscribe. Let's get her to 40. Danielle, do you have a show today?
I do not have a show because, unlike Waj, I actually do take breaks. Waj refuses to take breaks. So I do not have a show, but I do have a couple of videos that will be going up over the weekend. I may do a short because there was a really interesting post that went up that was a description of Donald Trump by an author, Oliver Christic, I think is his name.
Oh.
And the description may deserve its own video short of
so fun. I want to speaking about no breaks at 2 o'clock.
So what are you doing, Waj, for the rest of your day?
Infectious disease physician in Louisiana, great guy. He's up at 2 p.m. At 2:30 p.m. I think economist Justin Wolfers just came back to me and said he could speak. People love him when he comes on. At 4 p.m. I have David Rothkopf. At 5 p.m. we're talking to Stuart Stevens about how Democrats can fight back. And I think I'm an idiot. I think I have something at 3 p.m. But I want to end with this breaking news that just came out. Because folks, it's going to get worse. This South Koreans. Check this out. Just broke. 500 workers apprehended at a construction site for a South Korean battery maker. The episode has prompted diplomatic concern in Seoul. 500 South Koreans swept up in an immigration raid at Hyundai EV plant in Georgia, which is U.S. officials said is the largest ever Homeland Security enforcement operation at a single location. Just happened.
Okay. Well, that is it for us today, folks, on Democracy-ish. Wash has 87 shows coming up, so do go over to his Substack, The Left Hook, and keep up with all. I don't know how you keep up with Waj, but try your best to keep up with him because he has 87 interviews today. I, however, keep up with my mental health. I take Fridays afternoons off. So
you're smart.
I know I am. I will see you all back here on Monday with Waj at noon, and then the Danielle Moody Show at 5 p.m. Eastern. Bye, my friends. Waj.
Take care, be kind, and please, oh please, don't be
a fascist. It's so easy not to be one. Bye, friends.